dropped 15% with no signs of recovery. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the food that's already too expensive and continues to raise in cost. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The already high cost of sugar is tripling. If you invest in the stock market for security or save money in the bank, you continue to see the dollar drop in value while your weekly food bills increase. So what are you going to do? Get as much food now as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal-Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Oh, yeah, you found it. The front lines of the info war. I'm Alex Jones, here every Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central. Hardest working guy in radio, back Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then I return every evening, 7 p.m. Central for InfoWars Nightly News with guests from across the world, investigative reports on every subject you can imagine. It's all premiering every night, 7 o'clock Central, with my films and a lot more, all archived 8+ years at PrisonPlanet.tv. And we're simulcasting this radio show with a 5-camera shoot as well every day at PrisonPlanet.tv on the Sunday show and the weekday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., all time Central. Okay, I want to go back to Rich in Nevada, and I got to hurry in these next two segments to get to everybody. But you do understand that the ruthless mega banks, the corporate raiders that have taken over this country, are the major corporations funding collectivism, gun control, socialism, open borders. I mean, go look at who funds gun control. Please go look at the sponsors of the Violence Policy Center or Handgun Control Inc. Go look at the groups financing totally open borders. It is the entire Fortune 500. It is disgusting. Look at who's funding anti-spanking legislation. Big corporations. Look who's funding forced inoculation, big corporations. Look who's forcing forced drugging of kids, big corporations. These are a group of people that want a bunch of servile consumers who will sit down and shut up while these big corporations go and lobby and take over our government. And I'm sick of naive, moron, wannabe liberals lecturing me about 1% all day. Yeah, 1% has 40% of the wealth. They control 40% of the wealth. They don't have it. Those are jobs and companies and people. And that's not even counting, that's an actuary of the $2 trillion here domestically that rich people have. The ultra-rich are in tax-free foundations and are tax-exempt and wrote the tax laws in the last 50 years in this country or more to be exempt from it. Oh, I get calls every day and emails going, Warren Buffett says he's rich and pays almost no tax, and that's wrong. I agree with him. Raise taxes. Warren Buffett is a cold-blooded globalist. Warren Buffett loves his money so much, he put it in a tax-free foundation and only spends part of the profit on his forced inoculations and the rest of it, eugenics. Stop being so naive. Warren Buffett has gotten tens of billions of dollars in bailout money through Berkshire Hathaway and Bank of America and Wells Fargo. Look it up. Look at the tax bill that's called the Warren Buffett, I forget the exact name, it's Warren Buffett something legislation. It's a tax increase named after him. In Congress. I've covered it on air. You've seen it in the news. It's a tax increase on people making $125,000 a year. Those are the people that spend the money. They're the ones keeping the service economy going. We don't have an industrial economy compared to other nations now. It's been done by design. All right, I'm shutting up. Rich, you had a Benjamin Fulford point. Go ahead and make it.
Well, he was pointing out that they have documentation. They're moving forward. I guess my point is this. I agree with you about most people that, you know, they're trying to co-opt this. A lot of these people, the Occupy Wall Street, they really don't know why they're there. A bunch of college students or a bunch of fake liberals, whatever you were saying. I agree with all of that.
I'm not even saying the majority. The media is giving those people attention. There are smart people at the events. It's just that the media is casting it that way. Kind of like the media in the Rand Paul election got caught 3 times dressing up people as racist to say they were for Rand Paul. So, I mean, it's basically staged is what I'm saying.
Exactly. But I think the point I'm making is that I think we're going to need an outside source along from people in this country, and I think we have that coming. But my side issue is the fact that I've tried to talk to people for years about this, and, I mean, I lost a lot of friends. My family basically thinks I've lost my mind about it. Yeah, no,
there's a reason the country's gotten so corrupt, because a lot of people see being informed as a responsibility, so it's easier just to laugh at people that are informed. I mean, I told people 6 years ago the government was shipping guns into Mexico and drugs back in and had retired DEA agents on. People laughed at it. People are laughing about Fast and Furious, even as it's admitted. Chin up, my friend. Good to hear from you. Gary in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead. Welcome, Gary in Texas. You're on the air.
How's it going?
Good. Go ahead.
I'd like to talk to you about this Occupy the Fed stuff. I've been watching a lot of Webster Tarpley stuff associated with you on the internet and stuff like that, and he makes some good points there. And I was wondering if you have any recommendations to the people, the general people, that may be naive out there, as to how we take advantage of this situation and maybe take control of the evolution of this so-called revolution.
Well, people get confused. I mean, it's on record that the State Department, the CIA, and NATO funded revolutions in the last year all over the Middle East and North Africa. People say, but yeah, those are bad countries, though, and the people in the streets are mad. Yeah, the establishment knows by tracking through sociology and through other digital algorithms, Google-type systems, when people are going to hit the streets. And so the globalists put in their operatives right when people hit the streets to lead it into false solutions. And Tarpley, who would call himself an American system guy, is a real liberal. I mean, he really believes in it. And he's an academic and a smart guy. And so he will tell you from a liberal's position that this whole thing is CIA run. Well, of course it's CIA run. I mean, at least the co-opting. The bankers didn't just rob this country blind without a plan. They plan to then use the revolution against what they've done to collectivize the country. Not with their money offshore, but with the middle class, their enemy. And so we are there, and I tried to reach out to them the last few weeks. And now even people in New York and San Antonio who are like, wow, Occupy Wall Street or like to occupy the Fed. They understand that, what's happening. Now my reporters are calling me going, no, you're right. Move On runs it now. They attack Ron Paul. They want to fight the Republicans. It's more divide and conquer. They don't want the American people coming together and getting rid of the private Federal Reserve. They want us fighting with each other. They want to brand the Tea Party as some cornball Republican thing, and they want to brand the Occupy Wall Street and any criticism of banker bailouts as a bunch of hippies. And that's their plan to basically neutralize any populist movement.
So to counter these professionals at creating these revolutions in the past, and probably likewise this one, is there anybody out there that gives us hope that can counter the MoveOn.org?
Yeah, Ron Paul came out a week and a half ago and said, we need to target this at the Fed. He was smart. He said, I salute Occupy Wall Street. You're right. There is a lot of corruption. Let's go after the monopoly capitalists that aren't free market, that have created this system and that are running the system. Let's go after them. And I've driven around 3 different cities the last 3 days and bullhorned for hours and got huge media attention, and other people are doing it around the country as well. I appreciate your call. Let's go to Scott in Colorado. These are great questions. Look, you want the answer? You got to hit the streets and go to these poor people that got a college degree and they can get a job bagging groceries. And you need to go to them and explain to them why this happened, why the American dream's going down the you-know-what. And Herman Cain up there going, if you don't have a good job and aren't rich, it's your fault. That might be true for the most intelligent people out there, like Herman Cain or myself or somebody like that. Now, Herman Cain decided to join the New World Order to get his money and power. I decided to fight the system and try to restore the republic. But the point is, for the average person, the factories being shut down, the giant debt systems, the dollar being devalued. I mean, don't give me that people in Mexico are poor because they're idiots, or people in China are poor because they're idiots, or people in Russia are. It's because they've had corrupt systems. That isn't free market to sit there and say, oh, you got a corrupt government, it's still your fault. Okay? Herman Cain was the head of the Fed in one of the most powerful Federal Reserve banks in the country. He wants new taxes in America, a federal sales tax to be paid to the bankers to pay our, quote, fair share that we don't owe. Hey, Cain, I don't owe those derivatives. You got that? And I knew 16 years ago the Federal Reserve's plan to bring in a sales tax. And I called you out, and I warned everybody that called me saying, we got to have a fair tax. I told you thousands of times they were going to have the sales tax on top of an income tax and a Social Security tax. The 999. And it's going to be the 20-20-20 and the 30-30-30 when they're done with it. We'll be right back.
Steve Shank here with a special alert from eFoods Direct. The stock market continues to crash and recrash daily. Since July, the market has dropped 15% with no signs of recovery. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the food that's already too expensive and continues to raise in cost. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The already high cost of sugar is tripling. If you invest in the stock market for security or save money in the bank, you continue to see the dollar drop in value while your weekly food bills increase. So what are you going to do? Get as much food now as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods.